Hello, everybody. Jason, Emulators Revolution Office. Just for a quick update, I wanted to recap yesterday's visit with the Colin from Canada and just go over some of the gifts and just some of the experiences before we go into the cave and try to sort through everything and set it all up. I don't know. I don't remember how Colin reached out initially. I assume it was the way that most of you do, through the comments or through Facebook Messenger or whatever. But this whole thing began last Christmas with the not last Christmas, last year, when Colin just started offering all kinds of stuff, and I think the majority of the stuff was his at some point. And as he goes through, his parents' garage or basement or whatever, he finds this stuff and maybe knows that it would maybe have more value or more display or more love in the cave versus packed up in a basement or garage or something somewhere. So, last year you saw the whole Colin comes to town with unbelievable, ridiculous amounts of stuff. And we had talked about doing a Christmas thing. And of course he ran with it and turned it into something massive. Yeah. So anyway, I'm still reeling from the visit as I think about all the fun that the channel will have as a result of Colin's kindness and generosity. He forever changed, hey, you want to play some Nintendo? Hey, do you want to play some Nintendo is now dead and buried. It's gone. It's over. It is morphed into, hey, do you want to play some video games? Hey, do you want to play some video games? Because the emulator, folks. Now, I will obviously show this off on a very upcoming episode, a debut, if you will, of hey, do you want to play some video games? I will show it off. But most of you, I'm sure, are familiar with an emulator. I am not. So I can hook up a television with some HDMI. I can plug the red and the yellow and the white into the appropriate colored holes. I can hang some shelves on the wall and decorate a room all day. I love that. But computer stuff, my friend Stephen Brown knows this. Computer stuff and torrents and programs and flash drives and things like that, I am clueless. So when I heard about emulators, I just thought this is impossible because it's just not my world. I can't do it. Some of these emulators, they send you the product and then you have to upload the games to it yourself. And I was like, there's no way. I fail miserably at any computer thing I have to do. Anything computer related, total bust. I mean, we got a printer the other day for the laptop at home so we can print some stuff off, and that took hours to try to fix, and we still don't have it wirelessly connected to the laptop. We still have to run a cable to it because I just can't do it. I can't do it. Phone storage and iClouds, I can't do them. I don't know where my stuff is. I don't know. So I just said there's no way I'm ever going to do this emulator thing, which is sad because there's just so many games that I've wanted to play, but they're so expensive to collect. I don't have the space. I don't have the passion for it necessarily to just go buy every Sega Genesis game. So I just thought this emulator's just not for me. Well, he brought it, and I left them alone. I left him and him and Liam alone in the cave, and I just said, "Look, I'm going to go get the dinner. I'm going to go pick up our dinner. You guys hook this up. I don't even want to be around it because I know it's not going to work. I know it's going to be so. You do it." And then when I came back 25 minutes later, the emulator was hooked up to the Zenith System 3, which is mind blowing. It's hooked up to the Zenith System 3, so we have that. We have that now in the cave. It is hooked up. The emulator is a tiny little box that looks like a Super Nintendo. Everything is HDMI. The controllers are Super Nintendo knockoff controllers, same button layout, cool. They hook up with HDMI or whatever, I don't know, USB. I think it's USB. Yeah, it's USB, right? See, I don't know. And it works, and there's 22,000 games on it. And you just scroll. We'll do it in the next couple of days. You scroll through the menus, and there's so many graphics, and you just scroll through the systems that are on this emulator, or in this emulator. Again, Amiga, Commodore, Atari, all the way up to Sega Saturn. I think he said there's maybe like 17 or 18 PS1 games, which I won't play. I have no interest in. So Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, Super Nintendo, all on there. 721 Nintendo games. Every game. I can finally play DuckTales 2 and the Flintstones 2 and games that you're just not going to play because they're so expensive. And then all of the Sega Genesis games that I've always wanted to play. All of the Super Nintendo games. The arcade games, there's so many hundreds and hundreds of arcade games are tucked into this little system. We played WrestleFest last night, or Superstars, I forget which one we played, where you can do the Royal Rumble or the Saturday Night's Main Event tag teams. We played that last night for a little while. When I came home, Colin and Liam were playing Street Fighter, and that's just going to be amazing. That is going to be so fun. But it brings something to my life that you never thought you'd have. When in our lives as kids did we ever think that we would be able to play any video game we want at any time? And I know many of you have already done that. And you're like, okay, yeah, welcome to 20 years ago. I know that, but it's still pretty mind-blowing to me. So we have the emulator. That changes the channel. That changes the cave. That changes my life. It does. It just allows me to have fun with my kids anytime I want, and I don't have to spend $40 or $50 or $100 on a game to get it from eBay and play it. We can play it right there, and that's insane. That's insane to me. It's insane. That should have been enough. That could have been enough, but it just kept going. He gifted me, and this is amazing, and he took a photo frame, one of those electric photo frames. Is it electric? Is it called electric? Those photo frames that people used to put on their desks back, 5-10 years ago, that would have photos bouncing back and forth, right? I don't know what they're called. Well, he took that, and his was able to add video. So he put, I assume an hour's worth of toy commercials, G.I. Joe, He-Man, wrestling, and so on. He loaded them all into this photo frame. And so they just play on loop in the background, just commercials of toys from the 80s. Insane thought, insane creativity, something I literally never would have had in my entire life. Now I have it. He gave us a projector, an HDMI projector, and a giant white sheet so that we can hook up the emulator or a Blu-ray player and watch movies from a projection screen from a projector onto the projection screen. Now, again, most of you are familiar with the home theater concept of a projector and a screen, but that's not anything I was ever interested in. It's not something I would have done. But now it's the most exciting thing ever. The whole household is excited about sitting in the deuce, sitting in the garage when the weather gets warmer, hanging up this sheet and watching a movie on a giant sheet in our garage or outside. I mean, again, you've done this before. This is not new technology. It's new to me because I don't do this stuff. Because of Colin, we will now. The ET Big Wheel box. You will see it. I'm not putting in pictures here, but you will see it. You will see it. Big wheels are a grail. Big wheels are a forget about it. It's never going to happen grail. Shipping costs are astronomical. Prices that people want are huge. I'd have to find it locally. The two grail big wheels would be the ones that I had. I had a Dukes of Hazzard big wheel, and I had a Knight Rider big wheel. My sisters, I also had an Incredible Hulk one way back in the day. That was very early. That would be very early 80s. An Incredible Hulk with the bucket seat instead of the seat that you could take and move back 3 slots if you needed. This one just had a bucket. My sisters had a Smurf one, I remember. Again, with the seat that you could remove and move into 3 different spots as you grew, apparently. So those would be considered grail big wheels. I don't know if I'll ever find one. I don't know. Colin very casually packed all of the gifts into an ET big wheel box that he just had from childhood laying around his house with storage in it. So imagine, if you will, going down into your basement and all of your, I don't know, tax information from 1993, your mom's wedding photos, some old cookbooks are all stored in your basement, but his are stored in a ET big wheel box. So he says, "Oh, I'm gonna replace the box that mom's cookbooks are sitting in, and I'm gonna take this box to the New 80s Revolution." So I was gifted a ET big wheel box in beautiful condition with the word storage written on it, by the way, on the top flap. So they used the box for storage. They used a $300 or $400 box for storage. Well, now it's in the garage. It's sitting proudly in the garage. That was not something that I would ever thought I'd get. So I have that. And there's more. There's more that you'll see. I mean, the Castle Grayskull, the Snake Mountain, Series 1 of He-Man figures just gives us a project for the rest of the year to complete all those figures and those castles, to complete them. That alone should have been enough. There's an I Shot J.R. Ewing hat that he gifted me that is beautiful. It is sitting on a mannequin head now and will sit proudly on the mannequin head forever. Incredible gift. And then some smaller things that I'll show you as time goes on, a couple books and some, you'll see. He also started me wanting to collect a small batch of micro machines because he just casually tossed me here's a micro machine, like a little micro machine semi-truck. And I'm like, there it goes. There you go. I need micro machines now. He got my children gifts. He bought the kids, of course, V-Buck cards, which should have been enough. Stranger Things figures, tons of Canadian candy and Prime for them, and just ridiculous. He bought the family something that we can use for television entertainment that I won't go into, because it's, well, you're not supposed, but something that could hook up to our television possibly, and we can never leave the house again. But that's, we'll leave that alone. And I just can't get over the generosity and the kindness. And not to mention 20 or more sets of of shows on not even on DVD. He didn't burn them to DVD, burned them to Blu-ray. So I've got 20 plus new television shows to watch. Things again that I wouldn't have bought the actual box sets for. Night Court and Webster and this Degrassi High that he wants me to watch. Mr. Wizard's World, Double Dare, Super Sloppy Double Dare, all kinds of wrestling stuff. Most of the Glow series. Silver Spoons, Punky Brewster. Did he do Punky Brewster? I'm not sure if he did. What is that one? Small Wonder, just Mr. Belvedere. Who's the Boss? Huh? Insane. So, not only is he giving me every video game I've ever wanted to play right there at my fingertips that my children can enjoy, any television. I couldn't even think of television shows anymore. He's like, okay, think of more. I can't think of any more. I don't know. I can't think of any more. So I have more television shows than I'll ever need. And if you know me, you know that this is my life. This is what I do. This is what I do for fun. This is it. So the reality of I have all these shows and all these video games now, and a 2025 of collection goals: complete the He-Man accessories, complete the Castle accessories, complete Snake Mountain accessories, get the two vehicles completed and just set them up and look at them and love them. I mean, that's the whole collection goal for 2025, in addition to some of the wrestling stuff, and now Micro Machines, a little Micro Machine collection. Unbelievable. So I just wanted to recap. It's not, if you've noticed the videos, there's numbers after the videos. We did 13 of 365 this morning at about 1 a.m. I posted the Colin from Canada Invasion video. I'm not going to number this one. This is just a bonus video. Tomorrow we'll do the 14th video of the year. And boy, just wanted to recap. And again, publicly thank Colin for being an absolute lunatic and and just being a great human. So, all right. That is all. I will see you all Tuesday. Tuesday will be what? I don't know. Maybe I'll show off some of the stuff. I'll pull the He-Man. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll dive right into, hey, you want to play some video games? We'll do something. We're going to do, I don't know. The LJN Slammy Awards are still coming. Lots of fun stuff. All right. We'll see you next time. Good night now.